All right, guys. I gotta cover this, okay? Because I'm getting too many messages about stop outs that are just to me it seems so basic. All right, and I know some of you guys may be brand new traders, and I know for a fact that some of you guys are very experienced, and this is something we have to go over. If you do not have both the white and the red lines on your charts right now, go to settings, charts, turn this on, okay? This is the ask price line. All right, so I feel like I should be in the academy right now, the IML Academy. All right, so if this way, I guess the news just hit. I'm working. I know a lot of you guys don't know I have a full-time job. I'm a turnaround planner. Okay, I work in a plant. I'm not a professional trader. I'm not a full-time Telegram employee. You know, I do have a job. All right, luckily I have Telegram on my desktop, so I can actually, you know, I can answer questions and engage with you guys between whenever I'm busy doing stuff. But today especially, I've got a lot of meetings. I'm swamped. I won't have time to answer all these questions. So I'm assuming that there was news right here. I don't know. I'm not watching it. I know I'm in swing trades. I happen to be in a buy on this, so this is going in my favor. But I imagine, see the volume on the bottom, okay? See those green bars right above my RSI, okay? Those right there. That right there is an obvious to me. That was a huge news influx. Something happened. I don't care. I knew all I'm doing today is swing trading because of the fact that I'm going to be so busy for the next while again. All right, so that red line and that white line, I guarantee you 100% was not that close whenever the news hit. All right, so there's this thing. Okay, I'm trying to think of how to explain this to you guys. Go to the pin post. I want all of you to go to the pin post and watch this video right here, okay? This number 5, this whole demo until you see how closed market spreads affect your trades, especially GBP pairs. I put this video on here for a reason. All right, now I want you to go watch that video, and you're going to be shocked at the weekend numbers. And if you've been with us for a while, you know what the weekend numbers look like. All right, so what those are, that is, they don't pause the market anymore like they used to 5 minutes early at the close on the weekends. All right, so what that is it rides all the way up to the very last second, and the very last second of the market is what causes that giant spread. All right, that is because there is zero liquidity. None. Zero. All right, during news right here, okay, right here on this candle right here, when this thing right here closed, between this candle and this candle, okay, between these two candles, there was a absolute pause in the market. I'm okay. I didn't watch it. I can't tell you which, especially if you know this particular pair, which kind of a market influx it was whenever the news hit. There's some of them where the price will actually they already know, the banks know what the price is going to be, and the people with the money know what the news is going to be, and they'll just shove all the positions instantly, okay? And that's when you'll have that's when you'll get your stop losses. It'll go past your stop loss, stuff like that, because there was no breath, and there's no breath between the candles, and that's what will just shoot the price flying past your stop loss, and it took up all liquidity. And it won't, you know, FX pairs aren't as bad because there's more volume. I mean, there's more liquidity. Like gold, like the instance we had yesterday, you know, it takes a lot less volume to suck up all of the opposing orders. All right, and I know I'm probably going over y'all's heads. Just know that there's two different things that happen whenever news hits. One is where they push it past and they shove all their orders, and there's the ones like I think somebody just asked me about the USD CHF trade. Okay, that right there is the end of market spreads. All right, so that's when liquidity is low. But and this right here is what I'm fixing to tell you. Whenever those red and that white line goes way out, okay, whenever they spread way out at news, that's because these supercomputers that the banks are using had to process the news within those couple milliseconds, and all trading pretty much stops for a brief second. So if all trading stops for those brief couple seconds, it's the same thing as when you go watch this video. All right, it's the same thing. that low liquidity, no liquidity moment, spreads gap out because nobody's trading that matters. Retail traders don't matter. We're just a drop in the bucket. Okay, when the big banks stop trading for those brief milliseconds, the spreads spread way out. Okay, so then that red line went way up high and that white line went way down low, and that's what happens for those brief seconds. They take advantage of that and slap retail traders in the face. Okay, that's how you get stopped out. Now, the other thing is like that USD CHF trade that somebody just posted. I don't remember who it was now in the chat room. That is when you need to get this right here. Market24hourclock.com. Please, from the 15 to the 17, you see where there's no gray. See, there's no gray. Okay, that is just spectator trading, retail trading, and if some of the bigger players actually take advantage of that time also, because they can move more volume without having to fight the banks. All right, so between the 15 and the 17, okay, on FinPro, I think it's the forming of the 21-hour clock. All right, I mean the 21-hour candle. There's nobody playing. There's no big banks again, so we're in the same scenario where there's no liquidity. There's very low liquidity. All right, and the spreads are going to gap out, and you're going to get smacked if you have a tight stop loss. Don't set tight stop losses and expect not to get hit during market close. Period. Point blank. I'm sorry. It's part of trading. You need to learn to manage your trades around it. All right. I know some of you are very experienced traders, and you're surprised that this spreads spread out that wide. That's why I have a video of it in the pinned post for you to see how bad they can get with this broker. We're all, you guys are all just trying this broker. I've been with him for 5 months now, and I've definitely learned how to manage my trades around it. If you're not on top of the news, okay, then you're going to get smacked sooner or later. It's going to happen. Stay on top of the news. Make sure that you are your stop loss is not super tight at the end of the day at the market close every day, and the weekend. Don't even set a stop loss or close your trade out, pretty much, because you don't know what's going to happen on Sunday when it opens, and that's risky as crap. Also, I probably need to post a chart showing you guys some of the things that have happened over the weekends on every single pair ever. If you haven't been doing this for very long at all, you really need to open up a TradingView.com chart and just put on a daily and zoom out. You'll see some 1,600 pip gaps. Okay, if your account can't afford for you to go 1,600 pips negative over the weekend, then on the trade that you're in, then you probably don't need to leave the trade open over the weekend, because you take a huge risk of absolutely annihilating your account. I'm serious. All right, so this is something you guys need to educate yourselves on and stay informed. All right, and by all means, if they are in the wrong, I will 100% call them out on it. I have no fear in calling George and cussing him up one side and down the other for trying to screw one of you guys over. No problem whatsoever. But I know, without even having to talk to him, what he's going to say about some of these, because to me it's very obvious. It's very obvious. And I hate that it's not for some of you guys, that this is a learning curve. I hope you demoed. If you didn't demo, shame on you. No matter what broker you go to, you need a demo, because every single broker is different. Every broker has their pros and their cons. Their cons to me right now are the market spreads over the weekend, and they do. If you had another broker before that the spreads were sweet during news, you probably had a fixed spread and you were paying out the butt for it on every single trade you ever placed. So you've got to pick your poison. Do you want to get raped in the long run, or do you just want to have to manage your trades around FinPro and keep your keep your stop losses in mind whenever you're trading? I mean, to me it's a no-brainer. I'd rather save money on every single trade and know how to manage my trades with this broker and save myself literally thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in the long run. All right, but if you don't like spreads gapping out this wide, go demo another broker and tell me how much better it is over there. And if you think it's worth the trade, then by all means go. I'm not here to convince anybody ever to come to FinPro. I don't need to convince you. I just want to show you facts, educate you, and you make the decision on your own whether you think it's worth it or not. That's all I have to say. All right, guys. I'm sorry if I sound pissed off. I'm not. It's just it's not just the ones in the chat. I get PM'd all day long. I get PM'd from the Cryptos room of people that aren't using FinPro that have the same thing happen. They want me to explain it to them, and I don't have a problem with helping explain things to you guys. But I feel like this was in the IML Academy, and it's basic information that a lot of you should know. So bear with me. I'm under a lot of stress at work. I've got a pregnant wife at home, 2 kids. Last night, like I said, I stayed at work till 9:30 p.m. All right, I am stretched thin, and I need some help. If anybody else can start helping me explain things like this, I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm involved in the chat room as often as I can be, but I can't be there. You know, I can't be in there all the time. But all right, guys, sorry for the rant. I'll see you guys on the other side.